Coming up, deportee remanded for murder, Used Tire Association calling for more consultation, and UG students protest tuition increase. News in Depth begins now. With tonight's edition of News in Depth, I'm Eva Wharton. Thanks for joining us. First up, a deportee has been remanded to prison for the murder of a quarantine fisherman. After more than 7 months on the run, the alleged killer of a quarantine fisherman was remanded to prison when he appeared in the Georgetown Magistrates Court before Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan. The man, Munilan Sarju, said to be a deportee, is accused of beating his friend Levan Chandrapal to death and dumping his body in a sand pit. The crime is said to have occurred between August 22nd and August 26, 2016. Sarju will make his second court appearance on April 19th at the Springland Magistrates Court. We will return after this break.
Hey, looky there. Let me go techie boots.
Boots? No, man, I ain't gonna get locked up teeth in a big stinky 30-second boots. Plus, it can be more cheaper online. And don't get my favorite color, pink. Let me go on.
Online shopping. Cheaper, faster, better. Passback.
Onion.
Hi, honey. Your family will love new Abbey butter spread.
Thank you, Mommy.
A heart-healthy choice with no cholesterol. Abbey is ready to use right out of the fridge. Smooth, spreadable, rich and creamy, Abbey is a great tasting butter spread. Try it today.
A man's beer.
Welcome back. Hours before the implementation of a ban on used tires, the Used Tire Association is calling for more consultations.
The ban on used tires is just days away, and already Ian Andrews, president of the United Minibus Union, is speaking about the effects the ban will have on operators plying their trade. Andrews said there needs to be more consultation on the matter.
It relates to the minibus. One would know that a minibus is a poor man's transportation, and it's a very large sector. I mean, one needs to know that government or management reserve the right to manage or to govern, but it must be done sensibly. I say that because when you have so many persons that could be affected in a sector or two sectors, one has to have some amount of consultation with people, you know. They must know what you're doing, the effects it will have on them.
Andrews feels that the traveling public will be the ones who have to observe the cost.
Relevant authorities that want to implement the banning of importation of used tires need to take this into consideration, because we know that whenever things go up, like tires which may cost about 2 to 3 times the cost of a used tire, you know, the cost for that thing will be passed down to the consumers.
The restriction on the importation of used tires was announced during the 2017 national budget. Andrews said it is not too late for the government to engage his union and other stakeholders on the matter.
Onion.
Hi, honey. Your family will love new Abbey butter spread.
Thank you, Mommy.
A heart-healthy choice with no cholesterol. Abbey is ready to use right out of the fridge. Smooth, spreadable, rich and creamy, Abbey is a great tasting butter spread. Try it today.
Nothing compares to the class and beauty of Beeson Windows and Doors. Engineered by professionals and built to last longer than the competition. Buy 10 windows and get one 24x16 bathroom window absolutely free. No tricks, no gimmicks, and no hidden fees. Prices starting from $13.5 VAT inclusive. So visit our showroom today at Lot 1228 New Eccles Industrial Site or BPAT's building on Regent Street and save big on UPVC or aluminum windows. To order now, call 622-4197 or 226-1292.
University of Ghana students are calling for better conditions but no tuition increase.
While the executives of the University of Ghana were meeting at the university's lecture theatre, students were protesting the proposed 35% increase in tuition fees announced by the university. The students said it was not possible at this time given the poor standards on the campus, the need for improvements in the toilets and other facilities. As executives of the University Council were making their way to the meeting, the students chanted. Yog Mahadjo, former Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Telephone and Telegraph Company, feels that the increase is unnecessary and unwanted demand made on the students.
Here of 173 million, right? They spent 157, okay, which means you return to central government, right? So if you're not using what you have, also if they need money to improve standards, you have a $97 million profit last year, based on the parliamentary figures. So if you have, and you're budgeting a $15 million profit this year, something is wrong with the picture. You're making profit on one hand and you're saying you need to improve, so spend what you got.
The University of Ghana is saying that they need to improve the facilities at the university. But in the minds of the students, that is far from the truth.
Tables, you draw a table, we draw a piece of plyboard on a table. How could you draw on something like that? And how much you pay for facility fee? $60,000 every year. $60,000.
Just you imagine, we have washrooms, we don't have running taps, and then we have this razor increase. The washrooms basically can't accommodate for everybody. We don't even got tissues sometimes. It's just ridiculous.
Already staff of the university are protesting the refusal of the university's administration to meet with them to discuss salary increases for this year. They are contending that some $400 million were budgeted in the 2017 national budget for salary at the university.
That's a wrap of this edition of News in Depth. Do join us again, same time tomorrow for another edition.